Welcome
Probably,
back.
ay, akala ko ba ako mag-o-opener eh.
Sabi ko
Sabi mo
Sneaky.
ikaw. Oh
Sabi ko
my God,
ako.
once again, guys, yung synergy namin ni Ray is getting worse by the hour kasi she has no sleep. I'm exposing her right now. Pero yeah, I mean, IEM is back, guys, with the Filipino coverage. It's still NIP versus Movistar Riders. And Ray, nakita mo naman yung first map, and that was not convincing by NIP at all. Like 16-14, expect natin 16-8 yun, not gonna lie.
Hmm. Di ko alam kung anong nangyari sa NIP. They had a lot of miscommunications, baby. I mean, LAN is very built different, syempre. But I'm expecting a lot from them, especially with how they hyped us so much sa first half. But we need to move on. At least nanalo pa rin naman NIP 16-14. But because of that 16-14, mukhang when we're gonna be going into Inferno, Movistar still has the upper hand. But if you look at the statistics, Tiki Frog, what can you say about this map that we're gonna be going in? Do you think it's gonna be favoring Movistar a lot, or do you think that NIP can actually handle this and get a clean 2-0?
I think it's really important na bigyan natin ng context yung mga panalo dito ng Movistar Riders. I mean, they did win up against they did lose against Astralis doon nga sa IEM fall with this exact same map. And yung mga panalo nila dito is against tier 2 teams like LDLC, Skade, AGO, Onyx, and others. And para naman dito sa NIP, the competition that they have against dito sa Inferno is actually way, way better. And the fact na puro tier 1 teams ang nakakalaban nila dito, and not just any tier 1 teams, yung mga tier 1 teams na sobrang lakas dito sa Inferno like Big, Mouse Sports, and Liquid, they have a really good experience and results going into this one. So I think medyo may edge dito ang NIP, not gonna lie, just judging from yung experience nila dito nga sa tier 1 scene. It's a higher level of competition that they played up against with their recent results. So yeah, I think meron silang chance na to take this one 2-0, not gonna lie. If pag nag-start dito ng city side ang NIP, maybe they can get their momentum dito nga sa first half. And yeah, Movistar Riders, you're gonna have to pull out the best T side of your life kasi itong NIP, 70% of their wins did come from that city side dito ng Inferno. So it's gonna be an interesting one to see.
Then, looking at how they pick this out, NIP will be starting sa City. So, what would be the difference when they're gonna be starting in City this time around in Inferno, Sneaky?
I think para dito sa Inferno, okay, it's an important thing that NIP is actually gonna get CT side dito kasi, God, their T side is slow. Like their pace. Like even if hindi ko tinignan yung ano dito, no, yung like HLTV or anything that can spoil yung side dito, I already know that NIP is gonna go CT side. So the important thing para dito sa NIP is that first pistol round. And if they can start things off dito sa B, that could be really big. Pero, uy, ang ganda dito ng defense ng NIP. They have one more person dito sa CT, but Mopos is just gonna go straight into the site and is gonna get two. Bilis ng entry dito ng Movistar Riders. They wanna start this one off quick.
And they've been doing that ever since as sa T-side din nila on the pistols and Ancient. So they're just gonna be going all aggressive, fading Hampus together with Plopsky. I think this is gonna be giving a harder time ngayon sa NIP. They need to risk it out. They don't have any utilities yet. Isa na lang, coming in from MRS, unfortunately, walang na-pick off. Exit Frogs na lang magiging key nila this time around. Device on that gap. What? He gets sound pace together with Mopos. Okay. Pero nga lang, they will be giving this one. Sobrang hirap na mag-retake. Especially, you don't have enough time left plus the utilities. So, yep. They will be winning it. But the exit frags, at least, not bad. You earn kind of money sa ganyang part. But LNZ, naging advantage pa ng MRS yung flash niya.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and di yata in-expect ng NIP that Mopos would just be running into the site and getting all these kills na kailangan dito ng Movistar Riders, especially that shot through the smoke dito kay Hampus. Unexpected plays once again, pero MRS, they really like to play aggressive here. They really like to take control of the map with just these dry peaks, and mukhang magbe-benefit nga sila dito kasi ang A site not looking too well. Rez is just gonna drop down. Nag-hesitate pa sila ng onti dito. And they want to get apartments controlled first before makapasok sila dito sa A site. Pero okay, slow take lang. MRS, nothing too complicated. Tamang flash play lang dito sa mid. If they see anyone, then they just get the instant kill numbers on their side. And if they don't, then yeah, they're just gonna start to slowly creep up dito sa A. And if Rez can get multiple people dito, no, maybe may possibility na makakuha pa sila ng isa. Flash play is gonna come out. Walang bulag galing dito sa MRS. And meron palang tao dito sa apartments na hindi tinitignan ng side player dito. And Device is just gonna bait the rest of the squad. Pero Dave 1G, makukuha na dito si Hampos. Are they gonna check the corners? Yun lang, Sanpeos. Di mo alam na nandito si Device sa site. But NIP losing this second round force, and they're just gonna go for the save.
Bye-bye. Yan na lang kagad. Sobrang sayang lang. There were a lot of angles not being checked by NIP once again. And this is the curse when they're starting sometimes in CT. Then MRS will be winning the 2 consecutive rounds. Kailangan nila talaga mag-step up. But looks like it's going to be clean at 3-0 dahil nga next round we're gonna be seeing NIP saving. And only just a FAMAS and a dream. But maybe on the CT side, pwede pa rin naman. Ang laki talaga ng possibility here in Inferno to win a lot of ecos, lalo na pag dinenay mo yung pag-commit ng isang team sa site. It's gonna take a lot of time for them to get the rotations or to get the better for them. But yep, it's a pretty good round for MRS to have a good start this time around, Sneaky.
And if NIP wants to go for that third round upgraded pistol, then go lang ng go. And especially you want to take advantage of the tight corners that you have dito. And if you do, then that will be actually an amazing thing para dito sa NIP. If they can get these cheeses, if they can get these close quarter kills, then they could get this round back and put MRS in a really bad place economically. Pero MRS, parang yung version nila, ito yung version nila ng slow play, no? Like, okay, we're not gonna rush in the first few seconds ng round, pero we're gonna delay it a bit kasi mag-aantay kami ng mga nades dito. Pero Plopsky is gonna get 2. MRS taking down the rifle dito ng NIP, pero Res, Device, and Hampos, you should just not even save, man. Just run into the side, try to do some damage. Makakuha pa kayo ng mga dinks dito. The fact that is a 3v3 could be a possibility. Plant is gonna go down.
Ay, nako po. At Hampus, maybe they try to come up with something. Okay, this might be helpful. And if Hampus gets one, it's going to be a winnable part. Pero yun lang. Narinig. Right? Narinig, right? Narinig.
And Sanpeos, hindi siya nag-through the smoke. That's really uncharacteristic galing dito sa MRS. I thought na meron magpupush dito all the way sa cons, pero that's with that spray dito kay Rez. And I think yung ginagawa dito ng NIP, they're trying to contain ang MRS dito sa loob ng site para mag-explode. And yun lang, they timed it incorrectly. 3-0, MRS with a really good start. Na-punish nila ang second round force dito ng NIP. And now, they're gonna be facing that first gun round against the CTs.
Tandaan nyo guys, if NIP will be pretty doing bad on your city here in this map. Okay, say wave to nuke. Please wave to this map. But maybe they're just taking their time once again. Malay mo, biglang sa T side pala sila mag-pop off. Well, sa perspective ko na gusto ko talaga 2-0 eh. Pag nagkaroon to ng map 3, alam nyo na, it's the Ray Rakers. Di ma-dedenay ni, di ma-ano ni Sneaky eh. Oh! Sobrang close! Wow! What the? Lopsky! We'll be getting on by Alex. Magkadikit lang sila. Sige na, magyaka pa na kayo.
He knows kasi nagtataka siya, bakit di ako makalabas dito sa banana? Ba't di ako makapush? Meron palang nakaharang dito na Mopo sa smoke. So, at least meron silang 4v4 situation para sa NIP to work with. Molotov dito sa may battle area. Ooh, Alex, kailangan mo mag-push forward dito, and that Molotov resulted in him pushing into the crosshairs of Device. Really good utility usage galing dito sa NIP, and they're gonna rotate back knowing na ang MRS, they filed some people back. They're gonna force the entire rotate dito sa may A, and 55 seconds na lang natitira. Plenty of time to work with para dito sa Movistar. But they're gonna have to look for those right angles. Pero Hampus, wag kang magpipick dito sa pit.
Campus,
Si Rez na
almost.
bahala sa'yo. Ay!
Oh, the timing!
Oh, the timing, that's rough. Pero Hampus instantly smoking his location, and meron pa silang pressure na nanggagaling dito sa may pit area. LNZ gonna go down dito kay Dav1G. Pero that's Hampus, sige na, Tyler, man. Pero Rez getting that kill. Naiinis na si Ray. The 2-0 dream is actually not doing so well para dito sa NIP.
Nainis ako kay LNZ. Kanina pa yan. Come on! Kaya pa yan sa Ancient eh. Di ba? Parating yung... Oh, pangit ito timing. Hindi ba sana... Lalo na kapag ano... Lalo na kung tiya. Hindi kasi guys, nanggaling ako sa isang major tournament din. Kinast ko. So, tumakbo ko dito. Dahil mahal kong CS, kaya nagkakas pa rin ako. Pero ngayon, yung mga oras na si LNZ talaga, hindi ko alam kung bakit. Sige na, timingan siya. Sige na nga. Pagbigyan na nga natin. Total, panalo naman sila ng first.
Yeah, pero understandable naman kasi like he was supposed to be watching yung short area anyways, and him losing really is a weird thing kasi you cannot just lose that angle knowing na 3v5 ang situation, and the rest of NIP, they couldn't just rotate in time, and back to the upgraded pistols it is para sa kanila. And nades are gonna start flying galing sa MRS, pero hindi nila alam na meron palang dalawang passive players dito sa B trying to go for that crossfire. Molotovs and flashes are gonna start to fly. LNZ na naan dito sa boost. Maybe he can get one, and Alex is gonna go down. Is he gonna escape scot-free? Yes, he will. Only losing 24 HP. And so, Peos, nakita na si Hampus dito trying to push ang banana smoke. Maharangan nandito si Peos, but he's still trying to go for the push. Alam yata ni Rez kung anong gustong gawin dito ni Peos, so he's just gonna back off. That's getting the instant kill dito kay Device. Pag nakuha ni Rez dito yung AWP, that's already huge. And what NIP should do here is dapat ma-force lang nila ang MRS dito to stay in the site and try to dive to that bomb. And pag madaming nawala dito galing sa side ng MRS, that could be huge para sa kanila. But they're gonna start pushing yung banana area dito. But there is gonna be Rez with that Deagle going for the kill. Plopsky, nagbabawas na sila ng mga rifles dito, but are they gonna make it in time? Mopos might die. And yun lang, si Plopsky lang pala namatay para dito sa NIP. They could not contain them in the site. That exit frag with all of your teammates really worked out para dito sa Movistar. And NIP have yet to collect a round. 5-round lead para dito sa MRS.
And then... MRS still leads by 5. Alam niyo na kung ano magiging pacing na to. Pero malay yung mga pag-reset yung NIP. Come on. But maybe. But the fan comes right now. They're still gonna be rooting. Siyempre, ang mga fans ng MRS, this is a huge coming in from this team. The fact that it's already 5-0 is pretty big on the T side. Hampus wants to force it out of the apps, but he's gonna be going back. Nakita na siya ng information. But if Dets will be getting Hampus, this might be the chance for MRS to actually get this round. Once again, speaking of, he gets Hampus. And that's what I'm talking about. When they will be pinning at least one, and that's gonna be Hampus himself. Yung odds na naman ng mananalo yung MRS, sobrang laki na kagad. But at least, we have the complete utilities by NIP, denying that push coming in from Banana going towards B side. Pero mukhang nakuha na sila ng information. They can still play it out at A, knowing na isa na lang kagad na titira, that's going to be LNZ.
And LNZ, the only defender na nandito sa B side. The rest of NIP are on A. And I think gagawin na dito ni LNT is gonna Molotov and gonna start running back. Pero there's a possibility that they can still get this defense going. Flash play is about to come out. He is inside the smoke, but he's gonna get tagged a little bit. Oh, he's living barely, but he's gonna spray. May kita pa siya ng isa dito. He only gets one. He does not continue the spray dito sa my water area. The plant is gonna go down low na dito si Bopos, but he's in a really good position dito. But Dets is really open. The retake is now a possibility para dito sa NIP. But they're gonna have to play it smart. They're gonna have to look for all of these angles kung saan pwede manggagaling ang mga players dito. Mopo's on 20 HP, tagging Rez a little bit. And confirmation na meron na rin isang tao dito sa waters. They're just gonna have to pull that crossfire push. And Plopsky and Rez, yun na nga nakita sila na madami dito. The Deagle's gonna be pulled out. Pero Rez with that instant headshot on that USP. And NIP finally collecting around. Salamat kay LNZ. Nagalit si Ray kay LNZ ngayon. I think she could be happy that he got those utilities down. 5-1, NIP finally using their first time out of the game. They need to recoup whatever they're trying to do. Kasi, yeah, it's not. Oh, it's not a convincing system. My lamp just fell. Okay, this could be good news para
Alam mo,
sa
LNZ,
the rest of the
buti
stream.
naman. Buti naman, LNZ. Pinakinggan mo talaga yung coach ng NIP. Ako yun eh. Kidding aside, diba? Sabi nga ni Sticky, you need to get those crossfires plus the utilities on the perfect timing itself, and they did it, diba? Buti na lang sila na trade ng Movistar Riders because that could have been crucial since time is ticking, and NIP, konti-konti na lang at baka maging pabor pa sa Movistar Riders on that round. But as what I've said, when you have that one round that made a big difference, it's gonna be changing the tides. But let's see, how will they make a big answer as to that? Sanpayo still, he has that up together with Device. A lot of picks will be played. But then as Plopsky wants to deny and maybe give this guys a little bit of a pinch. Dahil nga sa mga pag nababawasan sila, it's gonna be favoring ang NIP. Mukhang they want to force it out of banana. Unfortunately, hindi nila may execute yan.
And a little bit of craziness dito sa may banana area. So much fire, so much bullets flying all over the place para dito sa NIP and sa Movistar. And MRS, little bit wounded. Galing nga dun sa kanilang initial push dito sa banana. 16 HP na lang dito si Mopos. 69, very nice para dito kay Sonpeos. So, a little bit of an easier defense para dito sa NIP. Si Device nag-iikot-ikot lang dito sa CP. Ready and waiting for any presence galing dito sa Movistar that can show up. But a little bit of jumping galing dito sa Mopos can cause some of the NIP members na mag-rotate dito. And if makakuha pa sila ng isa, that would be good news. But the smokes are gonna come in. CT is gonna get smoked off. Coffin is gonna get smoked off. So if gusto ni Device mag-play dito for that banana area, he's gonna have to peek wide. But Flash is gonna come in. LNZ with a really good dodge. Device answering back with his own flash. Pero Rez, alam yata ni Rez at ni Hampos anong gustong gawin dito na Movistar. Pero Rez, bakit ka tumalikod? Bakit ka tumalikod? Oh no, bakit ka tumalikod? Pero LNZ pushing all the way dito sa may banana area. Hampos controlling the site as much as he can, but he can only do so much. That's with a good double kill dito sa site. Plopsky, the spray, everything is going so crazy para dito sa NIP. Teka lang, 5, 4, 3, 3. Did it? Yeah, it ticked fast enough. Oh my God, saktong 4 seconds na plant pa dito ng Movistar. That is too close for comfort para sa kanila. But still, the fact that they got the bomb down is gonna give pressure para dito kay LNZ na mag-retake. 22 HP para dito kay Dets. 100 HP para dito kay Davi. And yun na nga, Dav1G getting the kill. And 6-1. Great D-side start para dito sa Movistar. And they're gonna force NIP back in those pistols. Ang ganda sana ng play dito ng NIP, but the timing once again is of the essence para dito sa Movistar. And they just caught 2 members off guard dito sa NIP. And yeah, it's pretty tilting, not gonna lie. If you lose in that nature na meron na kayong advantage sa start ng round, and dahil lang tumalikod lang si Rez one
ano
time.
ba yun?
I think he was trying to dodge the flash. Pero natagalan masyado yung pagka-turnaround niya, and I expected a faster turnaround galing dito kay Rez considering na high-sense player siya. Pero I think ina-expect na talaga na may manggagaling dito sa short ng Movistar. So yeah, a little bit of unfortunate events para nga dito sa NIP, but Movistar playing it really well. I mean, yeah, they pushed the site, nag-pincer sila ng maayos and hindi nakasagot ng NIP. And yeah, really good take galing sa kanila, I guess.
Pero ngayon, looking at the loss bonus, NIP still, they will be forcing some, although kulang-kulang ng utilities, but at least this gun round is much more important. Focusing on the other aspects, but Device will be boosting up himself right now, but won't be seeing anyone coming right up. But if Rez, ayan na nga, speed mabagal ang ginagamit ni Kuya Nick talaga yan. And speaking of, it's gonna be perfect for them. as it was a bad flush coming in from Alex. Isa-isa na nga kagad nagiging pumapabor sa side ng NIP this time around, and we only have Alex on a tight spot as Device sees him out. And just a quick take for the side of NIP.
Mhm.
Reset is the key.
And that is what I expected galing dito sa NIP, not gonna lie. Just taking advantage of what they have now. And especially that Mag 7 did work para dito sa NIP. Additional 900 para dito kay Rez, so he can afford a bit of utility going into the next round. And classic Device, banana play. And the NIP fans, they're like, yes, we can't just lose to a tier 2 Spanish team that had a really good run dito sa groups. And it would be a really embarrassing bow out para dito sa NIP if they do lose dito nga sa Movistar. But yeah, this has to be a bit more convincing galing sa side nila, and I think D side for NIP, Hampus has to pop off, Plopsky has to pop off. Lahat ng mga low kills ngayon dito sa ating first half, they're gonna have to be the ones carrying the NIP team. So maybe they have to spend the time out, try to recoup whatever they're trying to do. Pero pistols na lang ang Movistar Riders dito unless they go for a full banana take.
Once again, a full they've learned their lesson. Device capturing the heart of Mopos with that need. But here it is, play Device, the usual Device kind of guy na sinabi mo. He tries to pop it off, and speaking of, he was able to pin down at least one pair of two of them hiding in the sandbag. So Device goes with his spray with his USP. There's gonna be one left. Alex himself, he needs to push it out, tries to finish and gets Plopsky, but we have coming from Device, gets him, and a quick take once again, a 3-6 dahil nga pistol round lang sa side ng MRS ang nangyari. Could have been a better one, pero na-capture talaga eh. Kitang-kita mo eh. The play coming from the Nana work for them this time around. And they might change a little bit of the scoreline that we have. And of course, nagsistruggle sila ng maraming beses, but they need really to step up more as what you're saying. And Plopsky gets some kills together with Device, pero hard carry. Device 10-5 na nga kagad, and Hampus, we're expecting him for those plays talaga as what he did in Ancient.
And magandang adjustment to galing sa NIP. Instead of putting an additional member doon nga sa B side, they just put Device and the AWP in that one para may advantage sila onte. But Device going a bit aggressive dito sa banana. As soon as he sees a guy, he's gonna start shooting. Oh, almost death galing doon sa side ng MRS. I think that was Mopo's trying to go for the jump peek, pero it's a bit dangerous there, my friend. Pero NIP, they're just gonna decide to play the site really passively, and I think mababoost dito sa secret box. No. Oh, what smoke is that? Saan galing yun?
Oh, bagong lineup coming in from...
Was that a... Wait lang, sino nawalan ng smoke dito sa NIP? I think that was Plopsky. Like, di ko alam or si Plopsky or si Device yun, but I think that's a really crazy. That's a B to mid, and that's crazy.
Ang ganda naman ng lineup na yun. Nagulat din ako eh. Uy, may ganun pala. Lalat dito sa Inferno, sobrang ganda ng...
But this though, nag-rotate na nga si Hampus. LNZ in a really good position though para dito sa kanilang crossfire. But
you better do that crossfire good. Please.
He dies instantly. Oh no, buti na lang meron dito si LNZ na nasa pit, but they get destroyed instantly, and you hear the bias in Ray Ray's voice. She's like, please man, just please, just make it work. But it did not work. Wala eh, masyado silang mabilis na nakapasok ng site doon, and I think Rez played that a bit too passively. He should be a bit more open pagdating sa push na yun, but he's afraid na may manggagaling din na tease doon nga sa Moto. So MRS taking another round, and NIP, I don't know man, they're struggling everywhere. They're rotating too early. Ang daming mechanical mistakes galing sa kanila. Maybe another timeout is needed. But MRS taking advantage ng weakness dito ng NIP.
Sobrang distracted yung mga players ng NIP to the point na they've been losing recklessly, and that's not a good start. And on your city side, knowing that we have MRS leading a 7 round, rounds against NIP under CT. This is pretty bad. And imagine, just by San Peyus going up with those magkasunod na flash, wala na talaga yung magandang strategy ng NIP when it comes to that crossfire. Always in short, that's the biggest factor that we have here for Movistar Riders. They always tries to contest it and they're pretty successful against NIP. But right now, malaki pa rin naman yung pera na meron ng NIP because they've been winning consecutive rounds. But Plopsky right now will be tagged. 50 HP na lang siya kagad. But Mobs is gonna get who expected the once against the device. He waited patiently for him to have that. And suddenly, looks like we all know the deciding factor of MRS. Pero Plopsky gets that up. Pretty important talaga just to deny them going into B side.
Wait, they did this the last round as well. Kumuha kayo ng pick doon sa B, or yun, the last few rounds na meron silang guns dito. They get a pick dito sa B, and they start pushing in dito sa A, knowing na dalawa lang.
Si Ellen si ata yung naglagay ng smoke sa may mid. Siya ba? Siya yung nawala na smoke eh. Hindi ko alam. Kailangan pa ulit natin makita yon, yung lineup na yun.
I'm surprised you saw that, Ray. Kasi, yeah, you're like a bit sleepy.
Yeah.
Nakikita mo pa yung small
Kanina
details dito.
eh. Kailangan ko makita yung lineup na yun kasi ang ganda. Pero si Popsky, HP na lang. Alam mo, di na ako magugulat kung magkakaroon nga ng game. Di sabi ko sa inyo. Kasi sobrang ganda nga ng Inferno ng MRS. Kahit ba sabihin mong tier 2 teams yung kalaban nila, they can still come up with some creativity. But looks like Campus wants to save the day. He gets more! This is coming to be an ace! No! Denied by Alex, but it's really big! Nagising ako sa diwa. Campus, come on. You're making it right now. And that's what we're waiting out of him, right? Sneaky?
Hampus, yung favorite manok ni Pilaj, is coming alive dito sa NIP. And despite that very bad pick na nakita natin dito sa Banana device dying early on, buti na lang talaga Hampus. Good thing that Hampus was there kasi last time LNZ tried to do that, nakakuha lang siya ng isa doon. He was kind of scared to go for that, spray all the way dun to smoke. But Hampus, he's not afraid at all because he's just gonna push second mid. 4v4 na agad. Oh, device! What? He got destroyed by that Deagle dito kay San Peyus. The flashes are gonna come in. Rez with the spray. Nakakuha siya ng dalawa dito. Really good bonus. It's a 2v2 now. Somehow, 1 minute 25 into the round, naging 2v2 na. These rounds are flying by fast. It's a retake situation. Movistar taking A very, very quickly. And itong si LNZ, try niyang kumuha muna dito ng apartments control, pero onting tag lang dito kay Peos. And I think alam niya na may manggagaling dito sa apartments. Molotov ilalabas dito sa may moto para hindi makakross, but he gets destroyed by Plopsky from library. Pero Alex na lang natitira. LNZ can go for the jiggle peek. He revealed his location, man. Yun lang, he goes for the spray. Makuha na si Plopsky. Oh, what? What? How did they win that? What? Nag-flick. Okay, eto guys. Nag-flick ng mouse si Alex. Ni-reveal niya lang yung location na. He is obviously in the parang cubby position dito sa may A site. But what is this reckless play from NIP? I'm really disappointed that they lost that round, not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Ellen. With a Galil? Excuse me? What is this, NIP? And, okay,
They really
one by
want to
one.
make this half quick. Yun lang masasabi ko, binibilisan na nila yung half dito, NIP, that is for sure. Pero Hampus, makukuha na dito si Tab 1G. And he's gonna have to get out. And NIP, once again, a numbers disadvantage. That those early fights, you can't just walk in dito sa MRS. Give them space, guys. You have to give them a little bit of space and eventually malilid mo sila into your death trap. And these initial pushes galing sa NIP, no respect to the offense galing dito sa MRS. And itong si Hampus is gonna try to find that one. Pero they have all their bases covered. Itong MRS, definitely a really good Inferno galing sa kanila. And the peak is gonna come out. Galil flashes, everything. Magpupush ba dito ang NIP? Nope. Little bit of hesitation. Alex, dito sa may barrel area. Oh, LNZ! Okay.
Thanks.
That's the thing that I like to see galing sa kanya. AK recovered, and that's gonna be the save para dito sa NIP. But still, silver lining para sa kanila. Nakuha nila yung AK dito, but not much more, acquired galing dito sa NIP.
Oh, but they're just gonna be saving that most likely. Not bad for an eco. But ano talaga, no words sa MRS. Kung gusto nilang tapusin na mabilisan, okay lang. Mas gusto ko yun. Kasi sa mas patatagalin lang, then mananalo naman yung MRS, di ba? Wag na tipaasan yung NIP. Move on na tayo sa next map.
Sad boy.
Sad
Naging sad
girl.
boy bigla. Ano ba yan?
Ano ba yan? Sobrang disappointed na ako sa NIP. Siguro, nagkada na ng start nila sana. But there were rounds that could have been for them, di ba? Ang dami ng rounds na sinasayang lang nila. Just because of MRS clutching a lot of things. Alam mo na yan, ibig sabihin lang yan, di araw-araw Pasko plus this tier 2 teams, they still have that LAN experience kahit pa paano, they still have that urge to really take this one out against NIP. Pero nakita mo na sa mukha ng NIP, medyo it's not going smoothly na para sa kanila.
Yeah. And I think this is a timeout galing sa NIP. Not really so sure. Wala silang economy dito. So, loss bonus is not looking too good kasi nakakadalawang rounds ito yung for every 2 rounds na ipinanalo ng Movistar dito, nakakuha ng isa ang NIP, and that's not the best math equation to be in kung kayo yung NIP and Movistar on the winning side of that. Pero mukhang magpo-4 stack sila dito sa B side. They're gonna look for an advantage. Hampus, may nakita siyang gap sa loob ng Molotov, so he can maybe get a cheese kill dito sa banana. Pero, nag-change of pace bigla yung MRS dito. Naging passive bigla.
Pero as they want also to be passive sa side ng NIP, will they actually get this? Hampus gets a good info na marami ang nasa banana and actually sees one out. But then, the advantage pagdating sa barrel, kailangan pa rin niya mag-ingat. He will be hiding behind the sandbox. Will he be able to get out at least one? But Alex, together with Mopo, says no. Wala nang utility sa tol ng NIP. They only have that flash coming in from Rez. The rest, wala talaga. It's all of them empty-handed against MRS.
Pero yung B push magsa-start na. This could be really good para sa NIP. Both the rifles are here. And if they don't get wrecked immediately, then that's good news para sa kanila. And LNZ is going to be the first bullet out. There's going to be another angle they have to worry about. That's going to be Rez dito sa may shadow area with that M4A1S doing some damage. Device, makukuha niya yung one dig dito kay Dav1G. And I think, hindi pa sila mag-rotate dito. M4 recovered. Device has a Galil now. Blopsky has an AK. This is good news para dito sa NIP. Everyone's just gonna file in dito sa side. Double Spray is gonna come in, and Rez with a really good recovery. And yun na nga, that 2 rifles na nakita nila dito sa B, just sharing it around their teammates really worked out in their favor. And NIP, yeah, I think underrated medyo yung ginawa dito ni Hampus sa may banana area. He really just stopped their push in their tracks with that deagle. May time pa na mag-ready ang NIP doon sa B push. And yeah, Movistar Riders, they don't get the round before the half, and that means they will not have guns other than kay Alex dito with that hero AK, and kay Beos and kay Davey. Actually, never mind. Okay pa naman yung buy nila. Sadyang naka-tech na lang dito si Dets at si Mopos. I like this sa mga new strats, no? Like, instead na maghawak ka na lang ng nades doon, pag may dumaan na lang na player doon sa may city area, meron ng smoke and molotov agad. You don't have to carry those nades around. You can just drop it at that place. Ang problema, pag nag-B-site take ang mga Ts dito at wala silang util, meron silang extra smoke and molotov to work with. Pero slow take dito sa A.
Pero kompleto pa yan for both of the teams, but lamang na lamang din talaga NIP when it comes to the guns, when it comes to the AKs. They don't need to waste a lot of time, but Device, He wants to be aggressive. And let's see if it's gonna be working. Kapag lumabas ka din, Davig, mind ka kagad ni device. Parang ano lang yan, online selling. But right now, speaking of, he kind of gets the buzz. And speaking of, the timing itself works perfectly. But we have Ampos together with Rez to just protect the site out of IMRS. So mapapaforce sila kagad pumunta ng B. Alam na nila information, but there's still two. It's going to be Plopsky together with the LNZ, and they can just do crossfires.
Pero ABG, yun lang. Oh, LNZ knows. Alam niya na pwedeng may mag-leak dito sa my city area, but there's only 2 left para dito sa MRS and AK. Dito kay Alex, teka lang. It's actually doing it work, but never mind. Plopsky is gonna get the 2K. And at least NIP, you end this first half with a positive note. 6-9 though is not the best. No, not the best score kung kayo yung NIP, especially knowing that it's city side, but it's nice to see that there are some smiles na nagagaling dito sa NIP. But Movistar, their awareness dito sa map is actually next level. Nakita natin dun sa tail end ng half na yun is nakita nila dalawa dun sa pit. Despite, LND getting that kill kay Dap1G, it's still Dap1G is like, okay, there's 2 people in pit. I'm gonna go straight in dito sa city and try to give my teammates dito sa B a bigger advantage as much as possible. And yun talaga yung parang niche dito ng Movistar Riders. They know how to play when there's information on the map laid out galing nga dito sa NIP from those early fights na nakukuha nila. And yeah, every time na gusto mag-early fight dito ng NIP, Movistar is always at the right place at the right time. So, in terms of timing, medyo may advantage ka dito ang Movistar, but D-side might be a rough one para dito sa NIP, not gonna lie. I mean, this is not their preferred side. Maybe Hampus can step up and maybe, the other players. Yung pinaka-importante talaga, guys, yung mag-step up dito sa ating second half is itong si Hampus, Plopsky, and si Rez, because they really need those rifles to come online para makuha nila ang mga patao dito sa site.
Tignan natin, but I really do think that we're gonna be expecting a map 3 if no pop-offs coming from the individual players of NIP and Movistar. They're really built different this time around. Pero syempre, sa mga nanonood dyan, if you actually went into YouTube, Sneaky, there were at least 500 viewers watching us. So, big shoutouts to you guys. I'm not sure if anong language yun naiintindihan nyo, but hopefully you're enjoying this cast. But so far, for the NIP fans out there, it's not looking good for them. I mean, it's a 9-6 in favor of Movistar. And now that we're gonna be switching, sa tingin ko sobrang laking a step up ang kailangan talaga ng NIP. If not, if denied na sila kagad sa pistol and they can still get a good grasp of their strategies and their T-side, maybe this is it. They need to prepare na lang on the next map, and that's going to be in Nuke. Kaso sabi nga lang ni Janus dito, swerte lang kagabi sa OG. Ito yung back to normal casting. Syempre kasi playoffs na, alam nyo naman, yung mga teams palong-palo, bagong pakitaan na naman ng stat, hindi naman bibigayan pa natin ng clean 2-0. Gusto na mag-cast kami hanggang map 3, pwede naman, wala namang problema.
Yeah. My sleep schedule is made for this, guys. Kasi
I'm not made
alam
for
din
this.
naman, itong si Ray, she's medyo normie kasi yung sleep schedule na yun.
Medyo normie na, dati hindi.
Shoutout sa mga tulog sa umaga, gising sa gabi. Yun talaga. To adjust for this one. Pero, yeah, NIP. It's a really rough spot para sa kanila. I think yung biggest thing para dito sa NIP at least is Movistar has a really hard time closing out rounds or closing out games. Nakita naman natin dun sa Ancient. They kind of got a bit reckless dun. So unless the coach says something or, may sinabi yung IGL yata na Movistar, guys, kalma lang, 40 na ang scoreline, we can win this slowly. If that doesn't happen, then Movistar might be in a bit of trouble. But this pistol round will set the pace para dito sa ating second half. 1-0 na nga para dito sa NIP after struggling to win that first Ancient map. Second one is gonna be the decider. Whether or not Movistar can get into that nuke, which is pretty equal for both teams. Not gonna lie, napakagandang third map na binigay sa atin ng mga teams from that veto. But Inferno, let's see. Is this gonna be NIP just falling dito sa Movistar Riders, or is it gonna be NIP, the Ninjas, getting back into the game? We'll just have to wait and see. LNZ with 2 flashes na naman. Device with a smoke and molotov para dito kay Hampos. Are they gonna fake this B-side take? There's gonna be 2 people only on the B-side. Pero tatlo pala na andito sa may A. Made-defend ba nila nito na maayos when there's 4 people running? Maybe 1Z. Meron siyang dual release and he's gonna get 1. Is he gonna get much more? He's gonna get 1 more! And yun lang, naubos sila dito ng Movistar, and it's only gonna be Device with that clock. Probably gonna switch to a USP. Pero medyo paranoid pa siya dito. Baka may magpupush galing sa Movistar Riders. Uy, medyo aggressive dito si Mopos. P2000, you don't really see yung baril na yan too often, not gonna lie. Especially galing dito sa mga CTs. The timing is real. Device. Ako, pag tumingin ka dito, Alex, may corner. Makita mo nga si Device, and that's just gonna be the kill. Movistar getting the first round. And NIP, this second round is... man, mag-i-risk ba nila yung force buy or mag-i-eco sila dito? Feeling ko eco na lang para sa NIP. They need to play it safe.
I think it's a big babay na coming in from NIP. Kung magpo-force sila, then matatalo sila. That's gonna be crucial. But I don't get it. They don't actually go with the trades. Come on, NIP, wake up. Kung alam niyo na may isa, sana... Okay. Tama na talaga to pagko-complete ko sa NIP. It's just that when it comes to Inferno, I'm really expecting that MRS would be able to get this. Kahit naman, kitang-kita ko yung puso ng NIP on the first map. But then, in Inferno talaga, we gotta give it to MRS. They're built different right now. And at the same time, the performance of NIP, especially with how I'm seeing it, they have it. But they have that equal distribution. But they're always gonna be outsmarted by MRS.
Where's the smoke going? There's a boost. The smoke. Oh, that's a moto smoke. Oh my god, he has 4 flashes. He has 5 flashes. He has 10,000 flashes. Pero hindi gagana para dito sa NIP. Sunpayas and Dave 1G getting the rest of them. Device kahit anong flashes pa, kahit ilan pa, kahit 500 flashes pa yung itapon mo galing sa second mid. Hindi yan gagana against Movistar Riders. Siya na lang natitira with that deagle unless he can make a miracle play happen. It's not looking likely. Ipupush na nga siya ng mga members dito ng MRS. And the Spanish Inquisition is here. 11-6. And NIP, because nag-force pa nga sila, they have to get this... they have to get an eco round going para makakuha sila ng... Yeah, makakuha sila ng baril going into the next one after that. So, it's possibility of a 6-12 para dito sa MRS. And yeah, all MRS has to do is close it out. Pag hindi pa nila na-close out to, nako, delikado talaga para sa kanila. And let's see. We'll just have to wait and see. Si Peus, may nakita siyang isa doon sa banana.
Ay, magkagad ng information na kuha ng MRS, but Device gets that. This might be a big game changer, but we can see Mopo sticks himself here in a banana, tries to spray through the smoke, won't be able to get out at least one. But we've seen the start of NIP. They're still stuck right now in ramps. They haven't made a single move yet. Maybe they're waiting sa MRS na maging aggressive. Pero magbaback off ng MRS. They will just be switching into the anchoring of the sites.
Ooh, but Hampus, man. You're already in a really good position, but you tried to give space para sa mga teammates mo. Did not work out, unfortunately. He's taking risks, but it's not working out sa favor dito ng NIP. But take ang mangyayari. Mopo's going for that spray just in case na may tao sa loob dito ng NIP. They just need to get these angles. Like, nakadigil naman dito si Plopsky. Pag may nakita niyang may nakaboost dito, that would be instant death. Plopsky with the bomb as well. Yun na nga, nag-white peak na dito ang NIP. Unfortunately, Alex still on point with that MP9, and it is a 12-6. 4 na lang para dito sa MRS to get this one back. And NIP, yun na nga. I mean, 5 AKs para sa kanila. A really healthy buy. And let's see, makukuha pa nila ang gun round na to. This is a requirement para sa kanila if they want to get back into the game. And MRS, medyo may disadvantage in terms of weaponry. Nakafamas lang dito si Dets, Popos, and Alex with the MP9s. A little bit of range disadvantage. Baka gusto nang gawin dito ng MRS is to play a bit closer than usual kasi nga meron silang SMGs in their hands.
Maybe. But of course, if they want to play it closer, we all know that sobrang successful na aggressiveness ng MRS going up against NIP. They always get those off angles, and at the same time, NIP is just surprised by the side of how MRS executes it against them. But as of now, we're gonna be seeing... Saan na itapon yun? Parang hindi yata na-hit siya. Di niya natapon na maayos.
I think alam ko yung ginawa niya. They're dropping each type of nade doon sa base. So if you want to replenish it, you just go back. And yeah, meron ka ng extra nade ulit. So MRS taking advantage of their side, or rather their side being more of a safer rotate nga dito sa CT habang wala pang control ang mga T's dito. Rez with the smoke. And Sunpayos might be dead here, pero Plopsky is gonna go down to 21 HP. Does not punish him immediately. Device, makuha na dito si Dav1G. Is he gonna go to the Molotov? Konting bawas lang. 45 para dito kay Device. Rez has to get this instant kill dito kay Alex, or else this is trouble. Yun lang, he misses his first shot. Only gets the tag dito kay Alex and does not get the headshot though. A smoke off dito si Sunteos. That could be good news. Device with a wall bang. And gusto niya talagang bumuhat dito. He's deadlifting NIP out of this rut. And they will get the plant. No retake para dito sa MRS. Might as well just go for the save. And no, never mind. Baka gusto pa nilang gawin to.
Simin talaga nila, oh. Okay.
Oh, okay. Mag-upgrade lang siguro ng barrel. And Alex, he couldn't get the upgrade. Instead, mamamatay na lang siya dito. Mopos looking to get that AK-47 in his arsenal, pero NIP is just gonna play sight.
They're just gonna be waiting for the guys of MRS to just sneak their way in, pero mukhang hindi na nga mangyayari yun! Mga biktima ng knife out. Na wala ka info kung nasaan yung mga miyembro ng MRS, nakakuha pa kagad. Napag-shopping pa si Mopos ng AK. Okay, Hampus. He will be bidding farewell to that. And you only have a Sunpayos with that
Run, Device! You're gonna die!
So,
My God, stress ako dito kay Device. When you go into the apartments area, that deals like 30, mga 35, around 40 damage, and Device is on like 30 HP, so almost lost the AK-47 para sa kanya. Pero this hard carry galing kay Device was well needed para dito sa NIP, and you just see, fortunately, Hampus just flying out of apartments with that death, and NIP. Maybe this is the one round that they need para makabalik dito sa game. Pero Sunpayos, meron pa naman siyang AWP dito. He can make some big plays happen. And pwede pa yata mag-drop dito ng isang rifle. Or Death is just gonna go for the FAMAS plus nades. Pero medyo healthy pa naman by dito ng Movistar.
But then, kailangan pa na humabol ng NIP. 5 pa yan. And versus a Movistar, that they're just gonna be waiting for those 4 rounds to actually be in their favor. And as they work this out, we already seeing the M4A1S, that mid-range gun na sobrang gamit na talaga ng mga teams. Hirap na mag-switch sa M4A4 after na sobrang useful talaga. It's a new meta that we have here in CS. And Device, he still wants to take a lot of risk. But Sunpayos, sayang yung timing. Magiging pabor na sana sa kanya. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Instead, they might be forcing themselves in here in a B-set as Device wants to make a move talaga. Sobrang alam mo na yung desperate moves na ginagawa ni Device.
Nag-entry, I mean, I know this feeling. Ikaw na yung nagda-drop ng 30 sa game. And yung mga teammates mo, wala silang magagawa. And at that point, you're just like, okay guys, just follow me. And I will do the rest. And Device seems to be in that mode. Mukhang magro-rotate na yung mga ibang Movistar members dito. They can still go into A kung gusto nila, but Device is kind of stuck in this corner. So he has to be a bit careful. Second box boost. Okay, magana sila dito. Tamang boost lang. Teos is gonna get smoked off of his location. Meron palang off-angle dito si Alex's side. Meron pa palang isang kailangan ni Worry Mopos. Check your damn corners, NIP, because you're not doing it at all. Mopos with a double kill. Yun na nga, nag-forward na siya dito. The crossfire worked out. That boost from Alex was perfect, and that is what MRS was looking for. Hindi nakita ng NIP. Meron palang tao dito sa first oranges. And yun lang. Gandang positioning galing dito sa MRS. Mopo's just doing in work. Alam niya nang medyo distracted dito ang NIP. Nag-peek na lang siya. They thought he was gonna be in that corner, but nope. Really well
Wala ka
played.
yan. Bulaga, I'm up top. Sabi ni Mopos. Pero naka-naises, ginagawa nitong NIP. Yan na ang gusto kong tanong. Pero wala eh. Wala, exhausted na din ngayon yung timeout nila. This is the last chance that they can just talk it out. But I
Yata
really do think...
nagland yung maayos yung Molotov. Kasi nag-molly sila, di ba, dun sa banana. So, may dalawang molly. So, first box and second box, naglaland yun sa taas and then it creeps down dun sa mga corners. So, mechanical mistake yata galing sa NIP. Hindi sila nag-ano.
Mga mistakes na to, nakikita mo na kapag medyo tilting na talaga yung laro. I mean, it's 7:13. It's really far. So you can see, it's very, very draining to make a good comeback, especially in a map like Inferno. This is really bad for the side of MRS, but seems like I got it wrong. Device is still... Ano na tayo, hard carry device na talaga itong nakikita natin, guys.
Nilalabas na yung tunay na strength ng device, dude. Device, 110% device na nga yata to eh. Kasi device, he does not play that aggressive unless kailangan na talaga ng NIP dito. But that 2v2, or rather 2-2 na ginagawa dito ng MRS could fall apart immediately. Hampos with a flash. Dapat mamatay agad dito si Dav1G or else this is just gonna be him collecting so many players with that M4A1S. Nagtanggal siya ng silencer at the wrong time though. Fortunately para dito kay LNZ. Survives barely off of a mechanical mistake. And Sonpeos, wala pang plant. Galing sa NIP. They're still worried about that short position. But all three members na andito sa side. Flash is gonna come out. Plopsky, you're gonna have to watch the right angle. Yun lang. They get the plant, but they know where Plopsky is. Device. Andito sa pit. Oh, paunahan sila. That's a like a reaction time test. Jesus. You don't have to peek this, Plopsky. Come on. Come on, buddy. Yun na nga. Really nice. Good patience galing dun kay Plopsky. If he peeked that again, he would have been 100% dead kasi nandun na yung crosshair ng kalaban. Pero NIP, really nice recovery in this one. 8 and 13. Not too far, not gonna lie. Pwede pa silang makakuha ng multiple rounds dito, but MRS, they only have to fix their mistakes. Yung mga minor mistakes lang nila dito and they can get back into it.
Dapat hindi na sila wala na, there's no room for mistakes for NIP. You don't want that to be 14. Especially you don't want that to be 15. But looking at this is a round where NIP can just capitalize on their advantage. Kita-kita mo naman. Pero kapag natalo pa NIP dito with how aggressive Mopos is here in second mid, baka ito pa yung maging downfall ng NIP once again. Tapos makakuha siya ng bell. But I think that's gonna be impossible as he needs to be really patient when it comes to this. That's makakuha na rin ng information. But as of now, NIP very careful already. They don't want to make those reckless moves. So once again, that's gonna be favoring MRS if they do that. And speaking of... Ay, naku, Mopos gets Plopsky. But okay, here's the teammates. We got Chu, sabi ni Rez, together with LNZ. They are able to dominate all over A. They might be switching themselves to B. But Rez, makakuha siya na isa. Nakakarinig na kagad siya na Hapus coming in from library. This is going to be big as they don't have enough. Hindi pa pala. Hampus.
Jesus Christ, like, who is this guy?
Alex.
He's been double-dinking people with that USB all day. Not gonna lie, it's really interesting to see. Pero yung spray dito ni Dave1G is not gonna work. Sonpeos na lang natitira with that P250. The lead is inching ever so closer para dito sa NIP. But next round is a gun round para dito sa MRS. And it's looking like it's more of a healthy buy. 3K para sa mga ibang members dito. 4K para kay Sonpeos. Even if he dies, he can afford an AWP in the next round. So, chill lang siya dito. So, round, maybe he can just run in and die. Maybe even get a kill sa pang rifle down. And like, each death para dito sa NIP, no, it's bad news. And, Sonpeos, pag pinik mo dito si Device, makukuha mo talaga eh. Oh.
Okay.
Alam nila. Barely.
Still alive, but
Kung may
barely
nade siya
breathing.
doon, naku, dosya ka talaga.
Oo Mapapaano ka talaga dun. Papaawit ka na. Nai-stress na nga yung iba sa NIP eh. Hindi lang ata ako nai-stress eh. But then, kidding aside, 9-13. Pretty close, but every round it's going to be like walking into the valley of death that MRS has been showing NIP so far. Sanpeyus tries to go up with the up, pero mukhang expected na siya ng NIP because they all know that how the economy worked on the side of MRS on the previous round. Na di sila gano'n nag-force ng pera, di sila gumastos gano, but Hampus tries to lure himself in B side. Kaso nga lang, behind the box, wala pa siyang trade.
Just look behind, bro. Like, Hampus forgetting to play Counter-Strike Global Offensive in that one. Not checking yung boost position dito sa Inferno, and they immediately lose one. I know Hampus was trying to make space para sa kanyang team, but that's a mistake that you do in like low ranks. Like, that's really unexpected galing sa kanya. And Lopsky is the only one looking to punish anything galing dito sa side ng MRS if they want to go for an overextension. Reboost na naman galing sa kanya. Is gonna drop all the nades because Alex, pag nag-swing na dito ang NIP sa B, he's probably gonna die. Pero tatlo pa rin naan dito sa side ng MRS. No presence dito sa A, so might trigger a rotation galing dito kay Santeus. And ito yung benefit ng bagong meta natin dito sa nades. I mean, you can have 3 smokes dito sa B with only 2 people in them. The amount of delay that you can get from it and the flashes and smokes are gonna come out. Are they gonna check the angle dito sa may boost? Are they gonna finally check it? No, they are not. Si LNZ mababatukan dito ng AK-47 ni Alex. They're still not checking it. They're still not checking it. Plopsky, Rez with the kill. Pero Device saving them from certain doom. Pero Sunpayas with the shot through the smoke. Trying to get that wall bang going, and Device has to go huge. Kasi pag nag-commit dito si Plopsky, napaka-delikado. Flash and Device might just be dead. Sunpace with the peek on that op. And Plopsky playing a bit close with that AK. Not gonna get that double spray. And MRS, a mechanical mistake from NIP. Hampus was supposed to be the entry para sa kanyang team, but he did not check that boost position. And that is the reason why NIP are not gonna get this round. And Hampus, you're already all the way dito sa CT. You still don't check it.
Oh no, this is pretty bad sa side talaga ng NIP. There were a lot of mistakes that could have been na dapat di nila ginagawa, but they're repeating it all over. But looking at the fan cam, okay, natawa ko dun sa nagpupulit. This guy is big shoutouts nga pala sa mga fans dyan, but on the other side, NIP, it's now or never. They need to force this out talaga. Kailangan nila pigain. If di nila makukuha to, alam nyo na pwedeng mangyayari. Ay!
LNZ, dude, Jesus Christ.
Hindi ka na makakahinga sa dalawang teams at lalo sa NIP eh. But, okay. You're gonna give it to them?
Pop flash though. Pwede mangyari dito sa by mid area. Control galing sa NIP, pero ibibigay lang ng Movistar Riders. And ito dapat yung ginagawa ng NIP kanina. As soon as MRS gets control, you know, or dun sa T side, yun, pabayaan nyo lang. Let them go into the site and let them face you head on. Device with a nade kill dito, pero Death's trying to do his best. Pero Device, nagkalat na sila sa site. He dropped the AWP midway. Sabi niya, tapos na ako mag-op AK naman since hindi kayo marunong ang mga teammates ko except kay Hampus who's gonna get one dito kay Alex. And yun na nga, NIP getting it back. Grabe si Device. He's like, Rez, hold this. Akin na muna AK mo. Tatapusin ko na to. Mopos is gonna die. Device is on something else right now. And he is deadlifting the team out of this rut. And 4 na lang ang lead dito ng MRS. And Device trying his best, man. He's trying his best. That's why they pay him that 800k euro transfer fee to make these big plays.
Kung may idea ka lang, Sticky, ito, 10-14, it's very close. Kung may idea ka, how much kaya sinasahod yung Device sa NIP? PH? PH price?
PH price, 800k. That's like, 1 euro is 60. So mga like 2 million pesos yung transfer fee. I think more. Mga more. I think mali yung calculation ko, guys.
Yan sinasahod niya kada buwan? Hindi naman ata. Oh no, that boost!
No, it's a transfer fee. It's a transfer fee.
Transfer
Ah,
fee.
46 million. I'm way off, guys.
Okay,
I
hello
am way off.
device.
Oh, but the
Oh
nades, okay.
no! Okay.
NIP.
But at least they're okay. Check everything, guys.
You sprayed your teammate.
Oh my gosh! Sobra. Sige.
NIP is a stressful team to watch when they're forced in a position na kailangan na talaga nila manalo because the amount of panic that they have on the team is actually insane. Pero MRS, they're just like, okay, we're gonna go for the save. Okay, we're gonna give you a bit of the rounds. Malapit na kami sa match point. And all we have to do is save our guns and save after this one as well. And makakuha kami ng buy after that. NIP 11-3. Or 3 na lang pala ang lead dito ng MRS. And eto this is the same scoreline that MRS had in that last map. Is it gonna ring the same? Is it gonna be MRS struggling to close out this game? It's up to NIP.
Well, it's up to them, but looks like it's not gonna be working for the side of MRS. But slow hopes on the side of NIP. Hard carry device, he's gonna be changing the tides talaga ng game. Pero ang dami ng kamutikan pa yun kapag hindi pa nakuha ng NIP yun. Ako po, it's gonna be so disappointing on that round. Every round is, sabi ko nga, it's a death round sa NIP. You don't want that to be 15. But looks like they're just gonna be capitalizing on their advantage. But it's on pace with the scout. This is still every chance that MRS can get. Still, they needed to work it out all together sa NIP. They need to be careful, but at least Hampus takes that big risk, but denies Sanpeus this time around.
And they really need to get into the B side quick bago pa maka-rotate dito ang MRS. Kasi pag naka-rotate ng MRS dito, Hampus is on 26. Device, he has the AK-47. Okay, they might get the round. Never mind. Si Device naka-AK na dito. He's like, okay, I'm gonna do rifling again, guys. You better check that darn boost or else I'm gonna, I don't know, pay someone. I don't know. Ano bang pwede gawin ni Device dito to punish his teammates for mistakes? Maybe scream at them, pero would it be advised? Medyo maaga pa yung round. Double boost. Okay, double boost coming dito sa MRS. This is an interesting one indeed. You're gonna have to pre-fire their position. Lopsky, hindi ka na naman nakatingin dito. Si Device is like, okay, ako na lang mag-check dito sa may boost. Lopsky getting another one. And yun lang pala kailangan nila dito sa B-side. Kailangan lang nila ng Device na i-check ang boost. Kasi si Plopsky and si Hampus ayaw talaga nila i-check yan.
Alam
And
mo
NIP, 12-14.
Ayan, alam mo kung may recon bolt, kung nilagyan mo lang to na recon bolt, siguro kanina pa patay itong NIP. Hindi man lang tinatackle nila. Pero most likely, Sneaky, I think this is the hard carry device we're talking about. Get the 30 bro na yan. Di na ako magugulat kung he's actually gonna go with that. But if only they decided device to get the entries talaga, this might be possible. Give Hampus the up. I don't want to touch that anymore.
Bigay nila kay Rez yung op and just have Device like support.
Maybe.
I think Hampus, pwede pa naman siya mag-entry dito. You really don't want Device dying early sa mga rounds. So, he is the value player dito. You have to protect Device and have him do the plays, have him be the second player in or even the third player in para dito sa NIP. Because he is doing in work indeed. Hampus with a really good entry. Maganda to. Pina-force niya ang sarili niya dito sa may banana area. And it's really working out in their favor. NIP, I think para dito sa Movistar, no, alam nila man na medyo may weakness dito ang NIP when it comes to checking this CT area. And maybe they can stack isa na namang, or dalawang people dito sa may boost area. But a huge nade. 47 na lang dito si Hampus. 53 points lost galing sa kanya. And another nade is gonna fly. Lopsy is gonna be the one receiving it. Nade naman dito sa CT para makabawi. Any Molotovs? Any smokes? Wala.
Maybe. Hindi nila pupuntahan yung B. Instead, they're gonna be going to A. If short will be a big win sa NIP kung nakuha nila yung short, you know what's gonna be up next sa nila. They might still take this. But this is the full buy of MRS. They don't want to waste this opportunity.
Actually, nahiya pa si Valve, no? Why not just make it 5 nades na pwedeng buhatin dito ng mga players? Kasi at this point, this is what's happening sa kanila. Like, they're carrying so many nades. And Payos, though, is gonna instantly punish Device on that AWP. LNZ. Naku, Santeus, pag nag-overpick ka dito, patay ka talaga sa apartments area. Pero iba pala ang plano dito ng NIP. Looking for that pick. dito sa may city area. Pag makuha nila yung live control, maybe makapunta sila ng B-side dito. LNZ, nasa loob siya ng apartments area na nagdi-distract ng onte. Do you really want to take this
Oh,
site?
no, 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 don't go,
Oh,
don't
do you really want to take
leave.
this site, NIP? Meron pa namang Sanfeus na nandito. Flashes and smokes are about to come
Okay.
in. Dave 1G, yun nga lang. Oh, Sanfeus, he misses the op. And Dave 1G is gonna try to defend him. Pero Dave 1G, yun na nga. Alex, though, answering back. Teka lang, naging dangerous to for NIP. It's now a numbers disadvantage game. They're actually getting closed in from all sides. Rez, you're gonna have to go huge with this clutch. Pero napakadaming tao na naandito sa site. 12 to 15. MRS. Ray Ray is crying. Definitely crying right now. Pero MRS, they get the match point.
Di naman ako nakabet sa NIP.
Gusto
So,
mo
wala
lang
naman.
matapos.
Gusto ko lang matapos to. I need that
Ah, yes.
SLEEP sleep. SLP. Oh, I need that to up
Kailangan ko ng
also.
SLP, guys.
Oh, kailangan ko
By
ng
the way.
SLP. Pero,
Oh, it's so good. The one Movistar fanboy, man. He's wearing Real Madrid as well. Or hindi pala Real Madrid. What's that jersey again?
I'm not familiar with how
Yeah, football. Yeah.
football ata yan. Yeah. Alam mo naman, Spain. Really big fan of football. But this is it. 12-15. 3 dreadful rounds sa NIP if you want that to make it up to overtime, yes. But if not, MRS will be leading and it's going to be a tie. We're gonna be having a tiebreaker. But going back right now, ito na naman, same mistakes ng NIP. Very crucial. High risk, high reward plays. But will it be possible? That's will be going up right now. And uy, wala
This is over.
nagkadikitan.
I think this is over. Never mind. It could be the beginning of NIP actually getting a round going. Ang dami nangyaring hindi unexpected, napaka-unexpected, and NIP, they still want to push the issue. Mababa ang economy dito ng MRS, but still, they have the AKs, they have the M4s, pwedeng i-drop dito. So it's not going to be a weak buy going into the next round, and is this going to be MRS struggling to close it out once again? Device flying in dito sa mid. And yeah, nothing.
They won that? Alam mo, na-jinx mo, Sneaky, pwede bang pakiulit yan on the next round? Naakala natin, di na mapapanala NIP. But, looking at this...
9 times out of 10, you don't win that situation pag, pag
but,
nag-push ka ng smoke tas hindi
one
na
in a
napag...
million. Alam mo kung lumabas lang kagad yung magandang timing coming in from Death, sa tingin ko, that's over sa NIP. And we're gonna be waving to map 3, but hindi pa nga yun ang nangyari. And LNZ through the smoke, he was lucky enough to get that Dave 1G. And it's going to be an overtime coming right up. Marami pa namang overtimes right now. Sa side ng MRS, they can just waste that just to shut off. Maybe one is momentum ng NIP. And second is come up with something, di ba? Dahil ngayon, it's they're gonna be forcing out of it. Very expensive on the city side. But if they're gonna be capitalizing on the mistakes lang naman ng NIP, it's gonna be favoring them. It's just one left, di ba? Just one left before they'll finally get this. Pero sobrang close ng match natin ngayon. Pero kung gusto magpa-OT ng NIP, pwede na naman gawin yun. Basta kayo mananalo. Kung hindi kayo mananalo ng OT, i-map 3 nyo na lang po. Thank you. Thank you very much, TY.
Tapusin na agad. Don't let the clickbait happen. Pero Movistar Riders, dami pa naman silang utility dito. And this is a pretty healthy buy. Teka lang, if they actually lose this round, itong MRS, there is a chance that this will go into overtime. The chances of it can go higher. Pag natalo nga ang MRS dito, looking at their economy, it's not looking too good. Daming nades na lumilipad galing sa kanila, and Hampus is gonna hug the corner. He's gonna have to be careful. Pwede siya mamoli out of that angle. Pero Device, yun lang, hindi niya natamaan yung crouch peak. Hampus, walang tao sa boost. Walang tao sa boost. He could actually get this.
Now they learned their lesson, pero nga lang, it was too late for them to realize that there's someone behind the coffins. And Hampus gets that, and of course it's very important for Hampus to get out at least 2, because they'll finally have a control in B side, and that's what we need to come out of NIP. Will this be just a save of MRS? Dahil there's a probability this is going to be an OT.
It's a save? Wow.
Yeah, it's a save. They need to save it. It's either we win with a 16-14 or we go OT. Pero nga lang, this is pretty expensive. They don't have enough money. Plus, konti yung utilities nila next round. Lamang ang NIP dito sa next round versus MRS.
Be-benefit talaga sila dun sa mga loss bonus nila against MRS and NIP looking and hunting. Ito yung gusto kong makita dito sa NIP, recognizing na napakadami pa silang economy dito and they could go for the hunt. Rez with the peak dito kay Dav1G. He's gonna see one. LNZ not gonna get the trade. Never mind, he is actually gonna get it. 7 HP na lang sa kanya. And the more rifles that MRS loses doon sa round na yun, the more that they cannot save. And yun na nga, pistols, I think, para sa mga ibang members dito. Maybe an upgraded, SMG, shotgun, kahit anong pwedeng pang-asim dito sa side ng NIP, makikita yata natin dito. And I remember, naalala ko tuloy yung Movistar Riders kasi nga, nag-bootcamp yung Fanatic dun sa kanila nung pumunta sila ng Spain. Okay. I remember that bootcamp. The old Fanatic pa yun, yung sina JW pa. Sunpace! Oh my God, Sunpace, you're a mad lad. You're a mad lad, Sunpace, for going for that peak! Oh my God, he's barely surviving. Grabe talaga yan. Sunpace is just ducking and weaving between yung mga AK sprays dito ng NIP. But that's good news para dito sa NIP. The upper is low. And I think only si Peus lang ang kaya mag-up dito sa MRS, so he's gonna keep that gun. Smokes and flashes. Pwede sila mag-overwhelm dito kaso isang multiple spray lang dito galing sa MRS. This could be the end for NIP. The sets are gonna come in. Okay. Mag-fake sila dito sa my A.
Pero si Tets, ay nako, nag-delay siya. This is a good idea that he did. Kaso nga lang, they're stuck in the middle. Hampus will be denied coming in from his entries. But will Alex get too excited? And yep, he gets the perfect timing against Hampus. It's out in the corner. And there's no
You need to look for Peus.
enough sa NIP. Oh no.
Yun lang.
Okay, that's it. Oh, device, hard carry. Will this be it? Oh no, there's smoke. Maghapon.
Oh, but Riz! Oh my God, it's not over!
Oh, no.
It's not over. It's not over, Dets. Oh my God, nakita mo may fountain dito. Really good headshot kay Device, but it's now up to Rez. Let's see what the young rifler can do. Guess one. Dets is on half HP. Alam niya na nanggaling dito sa banana si Dets. And he's gonna go wide. Makukuha niya yung kit. I'm gonna stick it. Tamang jiggle peek lang. Really smart galing dito kay Rez. Hindi siya nagpipeek all the way. Oh, the timing. He knows. This is just pure game sense galing sa kanya. And the clock.
Oh, he will be defusing.
He can swing. Oh, NIP! It's not yet over. It's not yet over, Rez. That is a intense 1v1 galing sa kanya. I was barely breathing that whole time. And grabe talaga, Rez, that game sense. Thousands of hours of CS just to play out that scenario in his head and nag-workout nga para sa kanya. And the really smart though, galing dito kay Rez. Nico peeking with the knife, meron siyang leeway with that peek. And Rez, knowing that he would go for that peek, grabe talaga. Really good awareness from our young player. And now NIP in overtime point. Medyo kinakabahan na yata yung Movistar dito kasi last time that they went into a point where kailangan nila i-close out yung map. It did not go very well para sa side ng Spanish team. So, yeah, NIP, them fighting back. Meron pa silang signs of life, I guess. Pwede pa silang pumawi dito. But, overtime nga. If I'm not mistaken, sa overtime, magsa-start ng CT, itong NIP. I'm not sure if magsi-switch sila ng places dito. I think T-side pa rin yung start yata ng ng NIP. So, yeah, they're gonna have to replicate kung ano man ang ginawa nila dito. And NIP, at this point, if you're hiding strats, labas nila kasi 3 of your members have less than 70 ADR. And that's not good news para sa inyo.
Plus, we need to commend Rez. Sobrang akala ko it's gonna be a clutch defuse, but then he risked that out. He gave a lot of HPs, di ba? Hindi spray, hinabol pa siya eh. Pero that was also a disappointing round coming in from the guys of MSR, you didn't see that coming. Tapos, kita mo si Device, he got that sa may backside. That was very important also. Even if he was pinned out sa may fountain, at least we have Rez to save the day. Although there were a lot of mistakes on the city side, from 7 to 13 and from 10 to 14, they were able to get it from that 13 to 15 scoreline. We all thought it's gonna be 16-14 and we're gonna be weaving in sa nuke. But still, this is the very first OT that we have in our playoffs. And sobrang daming series na wala talagang OT at all. Sobrang rare lang. Pero makikita mo na talaga dito yung tindig na meron yung bawat team. And this is the Ray curse, I admit. Habang wala si Pilaj at nasa TI siya, at wala din si Kenoith, hindi kami magka-partner. Lalo na magka-partner kami ni Sticky Frog. Alam ko na talaga kapag may OT, kasalanan ko to.
Yep. That's definitely true. It's all your fault kasi pag nagkas nga kami ni Kenneth and the games go by really quick. So, onting correlation lang. But yeah. And man, this game is taking a lot out of me, not gonna lie. Kasi it has no business being this close, itong NIP and Movistar Riders. Especially knowing yung history dito ng Movistar Riders. No? Hindi sila lumalabas masyado dito sa tier 1 scene. They're always playing on that tier 2 scene, just barely on the fringe of getting in that top 20. Pero ngayon, I think the mystery is kind of helping yung case dito ng Movistar Riders kasi ngayon NIP, they're having a hard time trying to read kung anong gusto dito ng Movistar Riders, especially etong si Mopos. He has been doing in work para dito sa Movistar Riders, playing aggressive, playing a way better, space creation game kaysa dito kay Hampus in this whole series. So, it's gonna be up to him and doon nga sa offer ng Movistar Riders na si Son Peus to get those picks to make it an easier time para dito sa Movistar. Pero NIP coming alive once again, up, not even seen dun sa side nila. It's gonna be a 5 AK thing.
Oh. Interesting. It's gonna be I think that's much better compared sa isa sa kanila na co-op. I think knowing that si Device sawang-sawa na mag-op ngayon dahil kailangan niya mag-entry. And he needs to have talaga yung the powerful playstyle. Si Sun Pace na naman gets tagged. This is really important. The fact that you're tagging the opper, it's really a game changer for the side of NIP. And seems like Hampus learned his lesson together with Rez. You need to be with your teammate. Alam mo na, sama-sama, family nga. Gaya nga na nakita natin ngayon.
The timing. The timing.
Oof. Wala pa. Oh no, might be able to see at least one. Ay, nako!
Alam niya. That's info. Pero if NIP can start pushing B now, that would be great. Kaso, that's 2 down. Oh no, NIP. Come on, guys. Pick up the pace dito sa may banana area. Plopsky finally getting a kill dito kay Mopos. Pero Mopos getting device in return. But if you're NIP, tas nandoon na yung dalawang kakampi nyo sa city spawn, you should start moving up dito sa banana. Give some additional pressure dito sa mga defenders natin dito sa B. But no, they took it a bit too slow. That is unfortunate para sa side dito ng NIP. So unless Plopsky and LNZ can maybe pull a miracle take dito sa my P side, it is not looking likely. The taps are gonna come out. LNZ is gonna get one. Alex is gonna go down. Tatlo na lang natitira dito sa Movistar, and this might be a possibility, but there's one person in the smoke and his name is Dab1G. And makuha na dito si LNZ and they have info. Perfect crouch into the waters area as well. And really, really well played. Okay, I'm not mad about that. Dav1G just played that really well. That initial push nga, papunta dito kay LNZ and just to crouch into safety, papunta dito sa by water. Really well played from this guy.
Nalulungkot ka na ba, RNZ? Ito malungkot. Sa inyo yun eh. Rather ni Rez, saka ni Hampus. Sayang lang din kasi sobrang patience game lang talagang ginagawa ng Movistar. Di pa tayo nagsiswitch na sides, ha? So, we really see how NIP struggled it, but this time, Sunface will be successful. He takes Hampus out. And sobrang distracted yung NIP sa mid together with Banana. Ang ganda na ng reset ng MRS this time around. Tapos to, nagkaroon pa ng game to, no? Pinatagal pa tong OT na to. Nako po, talagang ayaw ko patulugin. Miss lang talaga ako na NIP mag-cast and even if blinded, he takes that risk. 3 left, Device, Riz, LNZ, and this kind of the mishaps when you don't have an op. You didn't force out of you. So, medyo mahirap-hirap talaga. But
You can
as of
see
now...
Device, you can see his head.
What?
Kita yung ulo
What?
mo.
Bakit ba ulo mo, Device?
Yun lang. Oh no, he doesn't see it.
Camouflage.
That's
Suot
sad.
daw kasi.
That 1G is gonna get res though. That's with the easy kill galing nga dito sa graveyard. LNZ not even gonna spam for it. Makakuha siya ng isa dito. I don't think he's gonna get much more. He's gonna get pushed from behind as well. Alex, nag-aantay na lang na mag-cross ulit si LNZ pabalik dito sa may mid area. Nope, magpupush na lang siya dito. NIP losing these first 2 rounds ng OT. Not the best news para sa kanila, but I think pwedeng silver lining dito sa NIP is if they do win this 3rd round, they have a chance to close it out dito sa my CT. But Sunpeos, that first shot talaga dito sa mid, anticipating that flash and eventually peeking. That was just really well played galing dito sa Movistar. And yun na nga, the fans are going crazy. That is a Bayern Munich, ano pala yun? Bayern Munich jersey. It's not even remotely Spanish, but I do assume na he is just a fan of the football team and he just happens to be Spanish in only correlation lang. I know Spanish people love their football as much as they love their CS. So let's see. Device once again mabuboost siya dito. I swear to God, if this is another waterfall, man, it never works. May nakita ka na bang gumana na waterfall, Ray, in a gun round?
Wala.
Wala, diba?
In an OT? Wala.
Wala. But why? Like, why do teams go for it? I really need to ask itong si Gavin, si Kenneth, kung ano talaga ang intention dito ng waterfall. And Deaths is just gonna finish everyone off dito sa my apartments area. Not even a chance for them to answer back. NIP, sloppy play. These first 3 rounds ng OT and MRS, pag nanalo sila dito, they're gonna be on match point. And we're gonna go into game 3, which is Nuke. Maybe a better chance para dito sa NIP. Their Inferno has not looked too good lately. Pero first kill para dito kay Hampos. He is on the boost. Can he get the second one? And no, that's not gonna be the case. And Movistar Riders 1 away from taking a map off NIP. And this could be the decider whether or not magpa-map 3 ba tayo or NIP. Can you hang on dito sa CT side? And this double spray, I think if mapanalo pa to ng NIP, I think it's a better look para sa kanila considering that next OT they're gonna start the half dito sa CT side and they're gonna switch over to the next one in the next. Pero NIP have to win one to survive in this game. As soon as you see that 19 tick dito sa MRS, it is a game over. Pero Mopo's really aggressive dito sa Banana. That did 3 damage. Sad. Sad para dito sa NIP.
Sadness. Wala lang. Tinapon nyo lang. Inichamo lang yun. You didn't make any damage. But let's see. They need to improve talaga their CT. This is the big lose talaga ng NIP. The fact that MRS had a huge lead in their first half talaga. That's already this big decider.
Oh my God.
Okay. Topsy. What? Okay, Sunface denied right now. They lost their upper. Mopos tries to take a pick here. He's waiting for Plopsky to get excited, but I think Plopsky won't be doing that, obviously. But LNZ and Plopsky, they will just be having that crossfire. Walang choice ngayon si Mopos.
Mopos is gonna get to, I think.
That's not why you're playing right now, Plopsky. That was too much of a time. And ito, open na kagad yung B. Isa na lang kagad yung nagmamado sa kanila. But if LNZ will able to pick out at least one, that might be a big win. Ferry is being tagged right now, kind of. And that Molo, unfortunately,
what a
no. This is so hard already.
I think this is over. This might just be over para sa NIP. It's really hard to retake in Inferno. And these tight spots really not working out in their favor. Pero, that is a Molo for Dark. That's gonna force out 2 members. Teka lang, maybe it's a possibility, but Alex in front with that AK-47, but Rez is gonna get 2. Now it's a 2v2. He gets 3. Mag-switch to M4A4. Dets is in the smoke. Someone has to watch Banana. Not gonna get the 2K spray, and buti na lang talaga. Rez, knowing that lineup is so important dito sa Mycons into that dark area, forcing 2 members out. And NIP saving themselves from certain doom and mukhang gusto pa nilang humabol dito sa ating second OT.
Mukhang nagkakamali ka pa dyan, Boss Janus. Hindi pa daw pinahabol na gusto pa manalo. tignan natin guys. 1680, this is very draining. Kasi dalawa pa yung kailangan ng NIP eh. Tapos second OT, di ba? Nakakatawa. Joke time, ang NIP. Pag nangyayari yun. Oh no. Shoutout ka na, Kenneth. Hindi kayo matutuloy sa 2:15 AM yung casting. Mga 4 AM na kayo. But device sees out Sunpayus. Okay. This might be changing the tides of the game. But Popski, pangalawang best na yan. But they haven't figured out the boost yet. Oh, bumaba na si LNZ. Medyo dangerous nga naman kasi talaga.
Mopos is a madman. He just ran through the molly, tapos pumasok siya ng site. Oh my god, Devon G is gonna catch out Rez. Mopos though.
That's it. I think this is
That's it. Yeah, that's it, guys. Maybe see you next map. I'm gonna take some coffee. Wait lang, device. Wait lang.
Okay, not yet. Oh no, this is it. Ito na ang pinaka.
Bye-bye, device.
Bye-bye.
Yun na nga.
Reset, go to Nuke.
Nah, they know where Hampus is as well. I think it's over. Unless
hello, Hampus.
Meron kang molly. No, it's 8 HP.
That's it. Hi. Say hi to Nuke, please.
Say hi to Nuke.
Say hi to Nuke.
And then yun na. Oh! Viva Movistar! Yun talaga.
Pinalamang lang, gusto pang manalo. Hindi, pina-OT lang, gusto pang manalo. Sabi ng guys natin from Movistar. But then, we all know that when it comes to a tier 2 team like this, it makes them so unpredictable. But from the very start, alam mo na yung magiging facing ng LA. It was too bad on the city side. Tapos, ganun yung performance nyo. It was already a big factor na, okay, we're gonna be looking forward to map. Kahit anong mangyari, sa tingin ko, tanggapin na lang talaga natin that we only have Rez together with the device having that hard carry talaga with the teammates. Sobrang di din sila makagalaw at all. Ang dami choke points and I feel a lot of mistakes. They need to improve Inferno, or else teams will be capitalizing how kind of weak they are in their city side. But as we're gonna be going to Nuke, that's the biggest question. Who's gonna get it on this LAN tournament that we have in IEM 2021? But before we end this, Tiki, what can you say about what happened to NIP there?
I don't know. NIP medyo nag-crash and burn sila dito. Hindi yata nila nabasa that Movistar na maglalaro sila ng ganitong ka-aggressive. I think especially yung biggest part dito kung bakit nanalo ang Movistar Riders is probably gonna be Mopos. This guy is a god entry. Every time na nakakapasok siya, he gets 2 or 3. Even though wala siya makukuha, the fact that he is positioned that far in to the defense dito ng NIP is just a testament kung gaano siya kagaling mag-entry dito. And yeah, Mopos and Sunpayus, despite you being 18 and 20, you guys did a really great job dito sa ating map. And I think the rest of Movistars really well played galing sa kanila. It's a really well balanced game in between all of the players dito sa may Movistar Riders. So yeah, I guess just a really good job galing sa kanila.
Yep, and as what I've said, then I'm expecting talaga that it's going to be a map 3 for both of these teams as we're gonna be going to Nuke. But we'll discuss more of that later in IEM Fall 2021. We are your shoutcasters today, and join me here, Sneaky Frag, and see you after this break.